Hi guys, this is Mel, and I'm here to talk about Legends of Tomorrow, episode 112, titled Last Refuge, which premiered Thursday, April 21st, 2016 on the CW. Guys, this is a pretty fun, cool episode, so let's get right into it. So something new that we learned in this episode, this is the episode where we see the Pilgrim is being sent on a mission from the Time Council to kill the Legends team's younger selves, and she only has one chance to do this. So we actually see many different versions of the younger team, and so here they go. Younger versions are taken from, you have Heatwave being taken from Central City in 1990. You have Sarah being taken from Star City in 2007 before she left on the Gambit with Oliver. You see Ray being taken from Star City in 2014. I think that might have been before he got involved with Felicity. Before he was actually introduced to us in season 3, maybe. Yeah, it could be around the time before the team himself got introduced to him, or maybe it was after, between season 2 and season 3. I don't know. He was definitely with Parma Tech, but yeah. Or the former Queen Consolidated, I should say. Anyways, Captain Cold taken from Central City in 1972 as a baby. We also see Professor Stein being taken from Ivy Town in 1950 as a baby as well. We also see Jax being taken from Central City in 1993 as a baby as well. So we got 3 babies and 3 different versions of the team as well. The Pilgrim doesn't go after a younger version of Kendra because of the whole reincarnation thing, so it's like no point. There is that. So when the Pilgrim couldn't get her hands on the younger versions of the team members, she goes straight for their loved ones instead. So we get Captain Lance, Sarah's father, which is Sarah's father. We get Anna, which is Ray's first fiance, that was killed during the whole Mirakuru attack in Star City back in season 2 of Arrow. We get Lisa Snart, which is Captain Cold's sister. We have Clarissa, which is Professor Stein's wife. We have, and also Jax's father, who was a Marine who had died, I believe, 2 weeks after he was born. So in order to spare the team and the team's loved ones, Rip offers up not only him, but his younger self to the Pilgrim as an exchange. She agrees, so we see a hostage exchange going out, but then it breaks out into a fight with all members of the Legends team. But that fight quickly ends when young Rip Hunter stabs the Pilgrim, catching her off guard and giving the team an upper hand. So it was pretty cool. So other news, though, that we learned in this episode, we learned about the Time Masters orphanage. All future Time Masters go to this orphanage to grow up, just like Rip Hunter had done. Rip Hunter's birth name was actually Michael, that we find out. And also, we see Kendra accepting Ray's proposal after having some doubtful thoughts about moving on from Carter. So they're now engaged. So there is that. So most shocking moment of the episode for me definitely has to be that young Rip Hunter kills the deadly Pilgrim. I mean, it showed how badass he was, but after all the reputation that was behind the name Pilgrim, I was a little disappointed by the fact that she was just killed off by a kid with a knife. It was like, really? But it was surprising to see it happen for sure. So, top 3 favorite moments of the episode. First one definitely has to be seeing all the younger versions of our team. It was great to see Captain Lance again, even a younger version of Captain Lance, and dealing with pre-Gambit Sarah, a teen Sarah, I guess you could say, with the bangs and all that. So that was pretty cool to see the two of them revert back to their flashback versions, I guess you can say, because the last time we saw those versions of them was in a flashback, I believe 215 maybe of Arrow. So there's that. Also liked it when Kendra and Sarah were gushing over baby Leonard when they went to go kidnap him from the hospital in Central City. So it was so funny. There was like, stay on focus, just take the baby and go, and then they just started gushing. So it was pretty funny. Another thing I liked was Mick, so Heatwave, talking some sense into his younger self after his younger self had burnt down the family home with the family still inside it. So we actually see, I actually like when Mick told his younger self to don't be him, to be better. So that was pretty great. Hopefully we'll see him if he actually does that or not. Which is kind of weird, though. I don't know how that whole butterfly effect thing is going to happen for them. And also it was great to see Jax having some time with his father, because in the original version of Jax's history, he never officially met his father since his father died. Went on a mission 2 weeks after he was born. IUD in a field, so it was great to see not only Jax interact with his father, but to actually get to know him on some level. So it was great to see that. Another favorite moment of the episode for me has to be, we got to see the dynamic between Rip Hunter and the woman who he calls Mom. So that was great to see that dynamic, to see just what kind of environment he grew up in. So that was something as well. Another favorite moment for me has to be the fact that young Rip Hunter was the one that defeated the Pilgrim when everyone else was stuck in a temporal stasis, I think it was. It was pretty funny that he's the one that did the sneak attack and like got her when she didn't even realize it. So that was pretty great. Top 3 peeve moments. The only peeve moment I have was the fact that how easy the Pilgrim was defeated. Granted, it was done cleverly by young Rip Hunter, but with the way that they had set up her reputation, saying the Pilgrim was the most deadliest assassin at the time the council could send after them, making it to the point that they're the most feared person ever type thing, you should be worried about them, and then to have her die by the hands of a kid in this episode, it didn't match up at all. It's like saying that, oh, this person is the most feared person in the world, you don't want to get on their bad side, you don't want to mess with them type of thing, and then meeting them and they're like a stuffed teddy bear, and they're like a soft teddy bear type thing. It's like the complete opposite of what their reputation was. It's just like, no, you built this up and yet you don't deliver. So that's what disappointed me greatly. Like, granted, I'm glad that she's dead because the team don't have to worry about her now, but like reputation wise, don't build her up so much and then give an easy way to defeat her. It's like, no, don't do that. So moving on to what will I remember most when I look back on this episode, the fact that we got to see all these different younger versions of our team was pretty great. It was interesting too, since Sarah and Ray were the only ones who actually got to portray their younger versions, I guess you could say. So there's that. So random questions. It's just the one, but why would the Pilgrim only have one chance to erase a person out of existence? And how does one pick which version of their past self to erase? I mean, do you erase them when they're a baby, when they're 10, when they're 20, when they're 18? Like, how do you decide? And then why pick a certain moment over another? Is it because they haven't done what they needed to do in order to affect history, or did they need to not do something in order to anything? So I was just wondering why they only have one chance to stop them, or one chance to erase, and how would they pick? It's just a basic question. Wondering if that is revealed in the comics. As before I've stated, I have not read any of the comics, so I have no clue. So if you have an answer for that, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about it and get some clarification on that. And moving on to predictions, based off the promo for 113, it looks like we're going to London 2166, and it seems like the team is going to go straight after Vandal Savage, even though he is at the height of his power. Very, very risky, for sure. Definitely give him that. Based off the synopsis, though, of the episode, it looks like they're going to 2166, 3 months before Rip Hunter's family is killed. And during this trip, they are apparently going to find 2 key elements in defeating Savage, and it seems like the fact that his daughter and is who they're going to find, and just what they need to do in order to kill him permanently. So this seems like it's going to be a big episode of Discovery for sure. And overall predictions, well, for starter, after all this time, how could Savage Vandal Savage have a daughter? I mean, did he have previous children before? Did he just only think of children now because he's at the height of his power and he's like, there's nothing to hold him down anymore? So he thought, why not have an heir to his destructive kingdom? But if he has a daughter, I think she is a key to his overall downfall. Kind of like a ritual thing, kind of like on the Vampire Diaries, where Elena was the key ingredient to undo Klaus's curse. I think that maybe Vandal Savage's daughter might be what Elena was in that curse, so I'm thinking she might have that much of an importance because of the fact that she shares blood. It'll also be interesting to know if she actually shares his immortality or not. Maybe that's where a part of the key is, but who knows. But based off all the promos and synopsis setups, this next episode gives off a season finale vibe, even though there are 3 episodes left. So now I'm thinking that these last 4 episodes will take place in the year 2166, because as you have to remember that there is a season 2. So unless they're going to defeat Vandal Savage at the end of season 1 and then move on to a different time villain in season 2, how exactly are they going to pace the last 4 episodes, as well as how are they going to end it? So I guess that's a big question here that we're going to wait to see. So what do you guys think of the episode? What do you like about it? What do you think is going to happen next? Is there anything in the comics that could tell you any hint of what's to come? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. Also, if you want, check out my Tumblr page. I reblog for Legends of Tomorrow. It's promos, web clips, sneak peeks, synopses, quotes, gifs, all of that. Check it out there. Links for that will be down below, either for this episode specifically, or the second one will lead you to a page that has all the tags related to Arrow, Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow. So everything in the same universe. So go check that out. I'm a little behind on that, about a month's worth, but I plan to catch up after I'm caught up on these videos. So just tune in and check those out as well. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. Sorry for the delay. I had to go home for the weekend, so everything's been pushed back. But thank you for tuning in. Hope you tune in next week to hear what I have to say about the next episode. But until then, this is Mel, wishing you all a great day, great week, wherever you are. Bye for now.